Hi guys, this is Sydney. Today I am going to be filming a first impression video. As you can see, I have done my skincare and I've also applied the sunscreen, and I am just gonna get started with the makeup. Some of the stuff are the products that I actually really wanted to try to purchase myself. Some of them were sent to me. So I'm gonna start off with a base by 3Ce, which was sent to me, and it's their glow skin cushion in pink, which has SPF 50 plus PA+++++, and I haven't heard of this at all, so I'm kind of curious to see what it's like. But I generally really like 3Ce's products. It's got a puff like that inside. The thing with these kind of cushion products, it's really good because I don't need to, you know, have a separate sponge or a brush for it, which is like really handy. I'm gonna take the film off. Ooh. It's got like a mesh inside. I was expecting to see like a cushion, like not the mesh, but like, you know, the sponge. And it seems like it's a slightly oily product. I was expecting, for some reason, I was ready to see more sort of like shimmery base. So I'm just gonna use the puff and see what it's like. It is kind of pink. The shade's pink, so I'm not entirely sure if they have other shades. Let me check. I think there's only one shade. So let's try this on my face. I've actually been really wanting to film this video for a while, but as you can see from the pigmentation on my skin broke out really badly. So my skin was like kind of not ready to have a full face of makeup for a while. So yeah, I'm really glad that I can finally film. So I'm gonna come closer. I think it's toning up my skin tone, because obviously my skin, my natural skin color is kind of on the yellowy side, and this one is like a pinky product, so it's kind of brightening my complexion, but not too much because it doesn't have like a super high coverage or anything like that. So I don't think it's adding like that much glow. I think it's kind of like brightening my complexion in a really natural way, which I do like, because with a lot of products that's kind of brightening the complexion, they tend to be either like too unnatural or they're quite drying on the skin, but this one isn't. And I think it does have like a tiny pink sheen to it as well, but it's not visible, like it's not shimmery. But I feel like you're gonna use this cushion really quickly because you just have to like work the puff in really thoroughly, because it feels like you're not getting a lot of product. Maybe it's because the product is so natural and it's not that visible on the skin. I just feel like you have to go back and forth to get more product out. Just to me, it kind of feels like a sunscreen in a cushion form as well. It smells like one too. It definitely has that sunscreen smell to it. Being someone who likes super like kind of obvious glowy products, I think this isn't like glowy enough, but on a day-to-day basis, I think this is like really natural and really easy to use because it's in like a cushion form. And if you don't want to get your hands dirty, or if you're doing your makeup in the car or something like that, I think this would be like really handy. And it doesn't feel overly greasy as well, which I think is better for hotter months of the year. It's definitely very, very natural. I think I will use this a lot, especially when I'm traveling. I will definitely take this with me because if I'm in a hurry in the morning, I could just take this out, put some glow on my face. It brightens up the complexion as well. It's not overly greasy, but it's nourishing enough on my very dry skin. So I feel like I'm definitely going to use this quite often. And as for the cushion, I've purchased this Espoir taping cover cushion SPF 25 PA++, and the shade I bought is Ivory, which is 21W, which I believe is warm. And I've been meaning to get this. I think I kind of wanted to get it when I was in Korea, but I don't think it was out yet, or maybe I just didn't have the chance to go out and buy it. But I just really like the packaging for some reason. I was initially drawn to the product because of the packaging, and it's got a refill inside. Another really interesting with this Espoir puff is that it's got like these tiny little holes or cuts. So let's see how it works on my skin. kind of is really sticking to my skin. No, it's definitely not like a super moisturizing cushion, which I generally prefer, but since it's like summertime, I think it's good to have like not as moisturizing cushions in my collection. It's got a really good coverage. I do really like Espoir's base products in general. I was kind of expecting it to be pretty good in quality. So that is with the cushion and that is without. But it's definitely not like a natural looking cushion. Just looks like foundation actually. So I'm gonna apply on this side as well. Since I went for slightly warmer shade, it's definitely covering my redness really well. It looks super pale because of the coverage, I think. If you have very dry skin like mine, and if you prefer glowy cushions, this might not be the cushion for you. I can already see it kind of settling on my dry patches, but it kind of really sticks to the skin, I feel like. I think that's why it's called the taping cushion. Yeah, taping cover cushion. Yeah, the name actually explains everything. Like, it's kind of sticking to the skin instantly, and it doesn't feel like it's just like sitting on top of the skin. It just feels like it's your skin, but with a really good coverage. But you'll definitely have to be careful on how much you have on the sponge, because it could easily get quite thick on the skin. So I was actually really curious about this cushion, and let's see how if it kind of sticks on my face. It doesn't. So I think you can definitely tell the finish it gives on the skin. And let's see how this looks at the end of the video and how well it stays on my dry skin. My skin definitely kind of feels on the tighter side, so I think I want to try out this spray I bought from Beauty Blender. So Beauty Blender is known for obviously their makeup sponges. Sorry, that's dirty. It's their Redo Set and Refresh spray. So you can basically use it to finish off the makeup, or since it's called the Redo spray, it's gonna refresh your makeup. So I think it's like the perfect timing for me to spritz it on my face. Quite massive, and oh, as you can see, it's kind of separated a bit, so you have to shake it. It's actually like white kind of creamy liquid, which actually makes me believe that it's going to be more moisturizing than just like a transparent water. Oh, it's got another lid inside, and I'm just going to spritz this on my face. It has some kind of smell, but I don't think it's like overly fragranced. Obviously it's going to make my skin to look a lot more kind of glowy than before, and I'm just gonna let that dry and move on to the brows. As for the brows, I've purchased this Kush Fibre Brow Gel from Milk Makeup, and I bought it in the shade Herb, which I think is one of their newest shades. It's just like a brow mascara. I think Milk Makeup and Glossier are really known for their brow mascaras, so I've been really wanting to try it. I actually tried the Glossier one, but I haven't tried this one. I do really like Milk Makeup's packaging. It's very minimal but still cute, and the wand is small, just like the Glossier one. Are they the same? No, they're not. They're kind of different. They do look really similar, but they're different. I don't actually use brow gels or brow mascaras on its own, so I do definitely need something to kind of fill in the brows first and then use a brow gel, but I don't have any other brow product to try today, so I'm just gonna grab the brow gel and I'll take it on a brush and fill in the base of the brow, and then take the brow gel on the brow hair. So let's try that. This brush is one of my favorite brushes from MAC, and it's their 231 brush. The color seems to be the type of color I was hoping it would be. It's not too red, too yellow, and it's dark enough for my brows. I actually really like using this with a brush like this because it's a lot more natural than pencils, I think. Ooh. because I feel like the consistency is not as thick and creamy as the Glossier one, so it's a lot more natural looking. And that's, to me, I feel like that looks pretty natural. That was just really quick and easy to do. I feel like I've just bought the perfect colour. Makes me so happy. When you just know you've bought the perfect kind of product that you were kind of hoping you would be like, just the satisfaction is real. Especially when you have a lot of makeup, or you're kind of curious to see how it performs. So that's the brows done on both sides, and I could feel like, since it's like a gel, it definitely like settled on my brows. So I feel like this would be like a really good method if you're living in a really hot and humid country, or if the weather's too hot and you don't want your brows to kind of melt off throughout the day. I think it's just like the perfect way to fill in the brows. And I'm just gonna take the brow gel once again, get the excess product off, and kind of comb my brow hairs through to make them look fuller. I think the Glossier one had like fibers in it. This one doesn't, so it's a lot more natural looking, I think. I'm gonna do the same on this side. So that's how the brows are looking. As for the eyeshadow, I was thinking of using this Peri Pera Ink Fitting Color palette in number 4, Get Peach With Me, which I thought was like a really great palette. Oh, that's backwards. Because it's got 2 blushes and 8 eyeshadows, which are also wearable. I'm gonna get started with the makeup by mixing these 2 shades to come up with the shade I want as a base today. And that's really pretty. I'm gonna go over once again, closer to the lash line. I'll be taking the same mixture on the bottom lash line. They're really pigmented, and I do really like how it doesn't have a lot of fallout. So that is the base, and then I'll take this shade, which is like a red tone brick kind of shade, and take it closer to the lash line. Wow, that's really pigmented. I'm just gonna kind of smudge it out. These shadows are like really pigmented. And I'll take this shade on the bottom lash line. To add a really subtle shimmer and a definition. And I'll take this shimmery coral shade with my ring finger and kind of pack the shimmers on my lids. Oh, that's really nice. And I want to make it go quite wide on the lids because I want them to show if I like open my eyes too. So I'll kind of put the glitters opening the eyes and pack it up till that point. Oh, I already have a feeling that this is going to be my new favourite palette. So opening the eyes, just going to place it exactly where I want the glitters to be and pack it on. The glitters do have a bit of fallout because the particles are quite big, and I'm going to be curling my lashes for the mascara. So the lashes are curled, and I'm just going to use my current favourite mascara fixer, which is the VT Mascara Primer, as I don't have a new mascara primer, but I do have a new mascara to try out. But I'm just going to apply the fixer like I always do every time I do my makeup. And the mascara I wanted to try today is the Kiss Me, I think these are called the Micro Mascara. That's pretty new, and I've been really wanting to try this, so I bought it on eBay. It looks like that. And as you guys all know, Kiss Me Advanced Fill Mascara, which is this guy, is my holy grail mascara, my absolute favorite. So I was super excited when I first heard about this mascara, and it's super cute. So I'm just gonna compare the ones for you. Obviously this is the regular Advanced Film Long and Curl, and this is the micro one. So let's see if it works as well as the regular one. It almost feels like there's not a lot of product, like not enough product on the brush. So seems like it's a super natural kind of mascara. You definitely have to go like back and forth quite a lot because it's like a small wand. It separates the lashes pretty good too, but it doesn't add a lot of volume, because generally I'm not the biggest fan of micro mascaras. I know they're really good to use on the bottom lashes, but I don't do my bottom lashes on a day-to-day basis. So that side is with the mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on this side. Yeah, it really doesn't have a lot of product on the wand, so you just have to go back into the mascara quite a lot. And like I said, I don't really tend to do bottom lashes that often on me personally, but I want to give this a go on my bottom lashes too. So I'm just gonna try to apply it on the bottom lashes. So obviously this side has bottom lash mascara on and this side doesn't. And I'm just gonna tightline my eyes using this BBIA Last Auto Gel Eyeliner in number 2 Jazz, which I think is like a dark brown. Yeah. And then I feel like I could use some more glitters on my eyelids today. Since I don't have any winged eyeliner on, I feel like I need something extra on the eye. So I'm gonna take this HOLIKA Eye Spanglitter in number 1 Cendipato, which looks really like red in the tube, but actually it's just like a coral kind of shade. It doesn't look that red when it's like all blended out. I've already tried this glitter once a few days ago, so it's my second time trying it, but I haven't tried it on the lids yet. I'm just gonna take that, kind of open my eyes and place it exactly where I want it to be. I'm only gonna take the big glitter particles and place it there. I don't want to apply it like all over, so I would just get a lot of product on the back of my hand and only grab like the big glitter particles and stick it on my eyelids, opening my eyes. I'll apply them quite randomly actually, and they're gonna stand out so much more. This has like quickly become my new favorite glitter, so I kind of wanted to show you guys. It's only my second time using it, and before I used it on the inner part of my lower lash line, but I think it looks great on the lids. Again, I'll do the same on this side, opening the eye, placing it exactly where I want it to be seen. And I want to take a few right in the center. Again, grabbing the big glitter particle and placing it really close to the lash line. Like so. I don't know why I haven't tried this glitter earlier, because I actually bought this like, I don't even remember, like a few months ago. And I just never tried it. But this is my favorite glitter now. That's the reason why you should never judge a book by its cover, because it's just so wearable, and it just goes perfectly well with this kind of reddish orangey eyes. So going back to the face, I can definitely tell that my skin's on the drier side compared to what I use normally. So if you generally have similar taste in base products to mine, you might not really like this cushion, because it is definitely drying on my skin, but it's just got so much coverage. If you like those kind of base products, I think you might like this, especially since it's getting super hot. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the blush. So as for the blush, I do have quite a few to try out today. I do have these 3Ce multi-pots, which were recently released. So I'm gonna try to open these. Ooh. You can't actually tell how the color looks because of the neon packaging. I think that's the downside. I mean, it's super cool, but you can't really directly see the color without having to open the product. So this is Red Plan. Oh, this is like a neon orange packaging. Mercat. This is Cool Tan. And this is Stephonic. So apparently these are meant for the lips and the cheeks. That's why they're like the multi-pots. This one's quite bold. You can't really see what, because I feel like it's playing with your eyes, the neon color in the packaging. But this is like a rosy coral shade and this is like a orange, bold orange. That's quite bold too. And oh my god, my eyes. And this is like a orange red, I think. And I feel like the most wearable shade out of the bunch is Stephonic. This is Stephonic. This is Cool Tan, Red Plan, and Mercat. I feel like this shade definitely is the most wearable shade out of the bunch, to me anyway. So I think I'm gonna wear this. I'll actually swatch these for you. It's not as like slippery as I thought. It's just like a, it's pretty pigmented. So this is Stephonic. That is really pretty, but it looks a lot more orange than how it looks in the pan. I feel like in the pan it looks a lot more pink. And this is Cool Tan. That is a super bright yellowy orange, like yellowy tangerine shade. Next, I'm gonna swatch Mercat, which is like a brighter, slightly more orangier red than this one. They're really pigmented. And I do really like the finish of these because they're not like overly oily or slippery. So I feel like they're gonna sit on the skin really well. I don't know how drying they would be on the lips. I'm gonna try them on the lips in a second, but I do really like the texture. Because sometimes cream blushes, I do want to stay away from them because they are sometimes way too kind of slippery. I feel like they're all very like summery shades. On the cheeks, I definitely want to go with something subtle to start with. So I'll take Stephonic, which is this color. I'm gonna take that with the Skin Food Wedge Puff, which works amazingly with cream products. I don't think you need a lot because these are very pigmented. Ooh. Oh my god, that's too much. Okay, I'm gonna distribute the product on both sides of the cheeks, and I'm gonna take the side which doesn't have any product on, and I'm gonna try to blend that. You could definitely make it more pigmented, but I think that's gonna be enough for me today. This one's like a pretty wearable color, I feel like. I'm actually gonna try that on the lips now. I'm gonna try other lip products, but I wanted to see how it feels on the lips. And my lip condition isn't that great because they're super dry. I'll try this color, Mercat. You can definitely control how pigmented you want it to be on the lips because these are like cream products. So that's all over the lips first. I'm gonna pack on more color in the inner part. These actually look super natural on the lips. Now I understand why they came out with such bold colors, because they work so well on the lips as like really summery colors. Now I want to try all of them. So this is Mercat, and I'll take Stephanic, which I used on my cheeks on the lips, and see how it looks on the lips. This color I feel like would be like their best seller from the collection, because it just looks so pretty on the cheeks and on the lips as well. Since the texture is like super light, it just goes on so lightly on the lips, and surprisingly it doesn't feel too drying on the lips too. And I absolutely love this shade on the cheeks and on the lips as well. But I'm gonna try the other two shades too. Next, I'll try Cool Tan, which I'm not sure if I can actually pull it off because it's so orange. I mean, since it's not like a lipstick which you just apply out of the bullet, I feel like it's slightly more wearable than lipsticks. I mean, I'm not sure if you agree with me, but it's actually better than what I thought it would be like on myself. But you can definitely layer this with Mercat, which I tried earlier, and place this in the inner part of the lips. It would make it a lot more wearable instantly, and they just blend so well together, so that's not actually too bad. And I have one more shade to swatch. Last but not least, I will try Red Plen, which is like a slightly more cool red. The thing I really like with these products is that they're very, very buildable. So you can just choose to leave it on like this, which is super natural, or you can just pack more color as you wish. And it's so buildable and natural looking. You know when people have red lipsticks on, but it just kind of looks like their own natural lip color? This one makes it look like that. That is so nice. Wow, I really wasn't expecting to like these, but they are actually really nice. I mean, 3Ce is one of my absolute favorite brands, but these are amazing quality. I'm gonna get rid of this. I do have one more lip product that I wanted to try today, which is the NARS Oil Infused Lip Tint in Orgasm. It's their Orgasm collection. It's like a sheer oil tint, I believe. Oh, it's adding a little bit of color. Since it's the Orgasm collection, I was expecting it to be like slightly on the corally side, but I feel like this looks pink on my lips, which I don't mind. Oh, that looks really natural. I think I'm gonna leave my lips like that today actually, because you can actually see my natural lip color coming through, and it's just super natural and pretty. And then last but not least, I have a highlighter I wanted to try out today, and it's by DIOR, and it's their Glow Face Palette in Glitz number 2. I love that lip color. Wow, that's so pretty. Ooh. So it's got 4 shimmery highlight shades. Obviously that's too dark for my skin, but this is like a, wow, that is very, very shimmery. I think, oh, so that's the 3 shades. I'm still gonna swatch the last one to show you guys. That's gonna look great as an eyeshadow too. But this color out of the bunch is the most natural, like sheeny shade, whilst these two have slightly bigger glitter particles, but they are still quite wearable too. I personally prefer really wearable highlighters, so I think I want to take this shade. This is the DIOR 16 brush, so I'm gonna take this color. It's super natural, right? If you do prefer like more obvious kind of highlights, you might not like this one. but I do prefer my highlights to be quite subtle, so I think that's good enough for me. But I want to take this in the tear duct area. Seems like it's gonna brighten that area really well. So I think that's it with the first impression today. I'm actually gonna finish it off with the Beauty Blender spray. I'm gonna cover my eyes now that I have my eye makeup on. So that's it with today's first impression. That's the finished look. Like with all of my other first impression videos, I did end up liking some of the products and also didn't like some of the products. I just don't think they work for me. The first product I wanted to mention is the Milk Makeup Kush Fibre Brow Gel in this particular shade in Herb, because it's not too red or too yellow. It's just like the perfect shade for my kind of dark brown hair. I also like the fact that it kind of settles down and doesn't budge. So this would be my kind of go-to brow makeup for the summertime. I obviously really like the Ink Fitting Color Palette by Peri Pera. I think the color selection is amazing, and I also really was impressed by the 3Ce Multi-Pots. I wasn't really expecting a lot from it, but after trying it on my skin and especially on the lips, I think they're really well made. And last but not least is the lip color I'm wearing today. I'm really glad that I decided to finish the look off with this lip product, because I feel like the rest of the face is quite heavy looking, so having something light like this on the lips just balances out the whole look. And the product I am not entirely sure about is the cushion. My skin's extremely dry, and I feel like I can definitely see that it's kind of clinging onto the dry patches on my skin. So if you have very similar skin type to mine, this might be a bit too drying on the skin. Yeah, I think that's kind of the products that I wanted to mention again and tell you guys about my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. I think I'm gonna either come back with a get ready with me or what's in my bag, because I really wanted to film that. So do let me know in the comments below which video you would want to see first. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all again in my next video. Bye!